Gauri for handing over the mic to me. Okay. So good evening, everybody. So I probably this is the last topic that a bit dry, but is the most important probably for a research. Correct, Varun? So as we know, when we do research, we do have a lot of ethics issue that we need to consider. Like just now, Dr. Vairavan told us about some study is not ethical, some study is not feasible, all that, you see. So the ethicality of the study is very important, yeah. So if not, then we need to fulfill a lot of criteria so that our study can be done what we say very ethically, so the study subject all that is safe, and then we don't get all the litigation from the study. Yeah, okay. So let's have a look how to properly do our study in an ethical way. So start, what is the, actually, do you all know what is ethical means or ethics means? Any idea? Any student can tell us what is ethics? Yeah, this is the outlines. Okay, what is ethics? This is the answer that I hope y'all can understand and y'all can literate out what is ethics in a study. Okay, so probably ethics is a Greek word, it's what we call ethos. Yeah, so it is very important that we know when we do anything on a study or on a patient or human or animals, we need to obey and follow ethics. Yeah, so how important is ethics? Can I ask, I want to take out the some parts that I cannot see my slide. How to make it smaller? The wait now. Okay, right. So as we know, ethics is what we do, whether it's right or wrong. Yeah. Okay. We need to very systematically plan out so that the study doesn't cause harm to our patient. Yeah. So ethics, this is how the ethics come over from a very initial history. You should know last time how a study done by a long time ago in German. You should know about some patients, some study was done by some parties that use the human as a subject, and then they enforce a lot of tests on the human, and without patient or humans consent or that, you see. So that is very unethical. So from there onwards, that is the reason come out with this ethics and a law for people or for the researcher to do a study that before, I mean, the ethics that they need to follow before they perform the study. Yeah. So from that onwards, we can see the evolution of the ethics in research. Yeah. So the main most important thing is this Declaration of Helsinki. Yeah. From very early, you can see here. In 1964, actually, it started the Helsinki Declaration during the 18th World Medical Assembly. So later on, it was like evolved, changed, and the latest version was in 2008. So during that time, there is the initial code of Helsinki, or what we call ethics code, is we call Nuremberg Code. Yeah, that code is the one that very loose, and is about how to take consent for patient, how to get your subject for your study. And during that time, if at all possible, so but a lot of evolution, a lot of things happen to the research study subjects, like human. So it evolved until an ethics committee formed, and it should be an independent committee that oversee the welfare of the subjects that is going to be in your study. Yeah. Okay. So from there, the Declaration of the Helsinki helped already form all protocol that must be submitted to the ethics committee for all the researchers that want to do study on human as well as animals as well. Yeah. So what is about how important is ethics in clinical research? So the importance is we have to follow few things that it is a requirement that we have to understand that we need to reduce the possibility of exploitation to the subject. Yeah. And we also have to ensure the right and the welfare of the subject or your research participants are respected. Yeah, that is the two main thing that very important that the ethics committee or ethics committee board, well, we call IRB, will look into your project, yeah, and your proposal. So this is the history from very start 1947 with a Nuremberg Code until now, yeah. The new all the rules and guidelines that have slowly get evolved after a lot of cases, a lot of incidents that happened, and how people treat the subjects during their research. Yeah. So in UMMC, so all our student that going to participate or going to have going to do a research, we need to follow this guideline. Yeah. So if let's say your study is going to involve in other hospital or hospital under KKM or hospital private hospital apart from UMMC, so the ethics part that you need to apply is actually NMRR, National Medical Research Registry. This is the online link. Then you can click on it and go to the website. Then they have you need to register, get your password, then they will email you, and then you get to start to fill up the ethics form. Yeah, it's online application. So if let's say your study or your research is only involved UMMC patient and UMMC subjects or participants or patient, all that, so you only need to apply through our UMMC portal iResearch. So later on, I will show you how to apply it. Okay, let me unshare this first. Okay. Can you see here? Okay. Let's move down here. So you can click on UMMC portal from your Google. Yeah, here, UMMC portal. Then you click on portal staff PPUM. So let's say your study, you don't have this portal, then your study will be under your supervisor, who is a UMMC staff or UM staff. Yeah. So after that, you put in your SSO username and your password. You log in. And from here, you can see, you go to e-service here. Can see, anybody that cannot see, let me know. E-service, and then you scroll down your link, and you go to iResearch here, yeah. So our portal of application ethics actually have become version 2 here. You can see down here, there's version 1 or old version that shouldn't be used, and here there is a user manual. Yeah, so just show you few form of how are you going to apply it. You go to application form here. Yeah, so once you reach here, then you can start applying. Right, fill up your project title, protocol. If you have protocol number from NMRR or any other ethics that have approved your study before, then you click. Let's say your study is just normal as using existing data here, then you click here. Okay. If your study is other types of study like clinical trial using some drug, so you need to click here. Yeah. So after that, you need to do a research type here, search which type of study you are doing. Like those who do basic sciences, lab work will be basic. Then let's say you do clinical type of study like RCT will be clinical. Yeah. Okay. So you move on to every segment, you need to fill them up. Yeah. And you move on, and they will ask you a lot of questions. You need to answer according to the type research that you are going to perform. And after you're done, then you click next. Then you go to the other page. Yeah. So you need to pay for the ethics application here according to some guidelines. It is not very expensive. You can see here. So let's say the study is a industrial sponsored, means the industry or the company come into a hospital and request to do a study for their drug, for their kits, or that the diagnostic kits. So the review charges will be like this, yeah, 1,000, yeah. So let's say the study is like non-clinical type or initiated by the staff here, it will be cheaper here, you can see, yeah. So this is a online payment that we need to perform. And you can see here, let's say you have already applied the study, yeah. Then you can check here application status. I can show you some of my application. So let's say they already approved, it will be like this, yeah, approved. So let's say it's still in the midst of discussion and assessment, all that, it will be like that. Tindakan SMREC, yeah. So sometimes they will send back the proposal back to you and ask you to revise, right? So you can see here, let's say they said send back. So you click back your proposal. So they will show you something up here that you need to revise what all that, yeah. So they will show things like that, yeah. So understand? Okay. So there is another part, that amendment. Let's say they already approve your study, and during your I mean the process of the research, you know, something like you need to add somebody to as a co-investigator, or you want to add a new protocol, or you want to amend or change the protocol, you can come over here and click on this application for amendment. Yeah. Some of the amendment need to pay, some of the amendment they only you don't have to pay. Yeah. So it depends on types of amendment that you want to perform. Yeah. Or you want to change the flyers, or you want to change your brochure inclusion criteria, all that, you need to come over here and do the amendment. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we move back to our slide, my slide. Okay. So NMRL, probably I won't show you here, but because the system is a bit slow, but the way of fill up is about the same. Yeah. Okay. So we move on to next one. So apart from apply medical ethics for your study, there is another criteria that you need to fulfill, which is we call GCP. Do you know what is GCP? Okay, the name, the GCP means good clinical practice. Yeah. So it is what we call a license, or you need to get this certificate when you perform when you want to do a study, yeah, or research. Yeah. So this GCP workshop actually is a full day of probably 2 days workshop with a lot of topics that being discussed in the workshop, so that you understand what is the rules and what is the how you are going to conduct your study. And there is a lot of component inside that talking about how are you going to take your consent, informed consent with your subjects, how are you going to treat your subjects. Let's say there's some adverse effect happen during your research, what are you going to do, all that. So everything is included in this workshop, and probably I will say all the students need to take this course before you start your study, preferably. Yeah. Okay. So the GCP will last, the cert will last for 3 years, and a lot of places are having running this type of courses, include our CIC, yeah, as well as MOH site and CRC, yeah, and a lot of other university as well, yeah. Okay. So we also have in our hospital and outside also have a lot of research workshop that running throughout the year, yeah. um, Recently we have some study workshop called ethics in research, which is another type of research that guiding us how to be ethical when we run a research, and a lot issue inside that um, can be discussed and need to be bring out to let you all aware. Doing a research is not really a simple things to do, because we have to take care of the subjects and all that if you are running a randomized control trial or clinical trial, yeah. So as well as a lot of workshop like how teach you all how to do a to prepare your study in a more methodology way, and teach you all what is the methods that you can use for your study, as well as how to analyze your data and endnotes. Probably Tanya just now already guide you all on how to use the endnotes to make your work easier, yeah. Okay, so all this study and workshop is running throughout the year. You all can check your email, Siswa mail as well, yeah. Okay, so the third thing that we are going to discuss is grant, yeah, research grant. So probably grant, you know, grant is money, yeah. Okay, so when we run research, a lot of things we need to consider. First thing is a proposal. Second one, ethics. Third thing is do you have money to run the research? Let's say you need your research need to provide drug to patient, and then you need to invite patient for your study, all that. Sometimes you need to give honorarium, and then you need RA to you need a RA to help you to collect your data, all that. So all this need money. So that is the reason that research grant come about, yeah. So research grant, there is a lot of types of research grant. It can be from university, from government, from NGO, industrial, and foundation. So it helps, it really helps us to run a research without any difficulty. And it is not a type that it can earn money from your research, you know. So research grant form because a lot of institution, they know research is important to find out new things, new drug, and new concepts, all that. So that is research grant come about. So actually, from your the study that you are um, going to do, sometimes is part of your supervisor grant, or part of your a big research that you are part of small research in that big research, right? So probably sometimes you still need to run some you need some money to run a lot of things as well. So so how to apply or how to get a grant, yeah. So there is a process to get this grant. Probably this is a bit um, not very easier to understand today, but slowly your supervisor will guide you in how to get submit your proposal, do your proposal. First thing is you have to know generate your idea first, yeah. So think of the study that you might be good to do the research on, so that later on it will be part of the a bigger idea of something new things, yeah. So because your time of doing research is not long, yeah. Just now Prof. Iravan already tell you it's probably 1.5 years, okay, for research data collection, all that. 1.5 years is very short only, yeah. So normally you want to run some small research, possible, but if you want to run a big research, probably is part of it for your, yeah. So to get a grant, actually there's few way to get it, and you need of course it's a good proposal, yeah. The proposal really can can help the reviewer to understand why you do this research. Is this going to impact to the society? Any significance of your research to the society in future or that, yeah? So that is how you are going to write your grant, yeah, okay? So this is the process and the cycle of how to get a grant for your research, yeah? So this is normally types of grant is also running throughout the year and a lot of cycles. So it can be from like our UMSC grant, what we call IIRG, all that. Some of them are from and some of them is national grant like FRGS, all that. Yeah, let's say the grant is suitable for your research, then probably that is the place that you should apply. And some is international grant, yeah. Okay, so in the grant manager, yeah, the team that manage our grant is we call Institute of Research Management and Service, IPPP. Yeah, so this is a link. Normally they will like advertise if there's a new grant suitable for the team or your field, then normally you can grab and send your proposal or that, yeah. So important key points when you do a grant proposal, it will be you need to summarize the whole thing that you are going to present to the reviewer, yeah. Is your idea is very specific as well as a novel, like just now Prof. Byron said, then that is a good way to get a grant, yeah. So you need to have a few things in your grant proposal, which is description, how are you going to run it, the whole summary of your methodology and why you want to do this research and how this research is going to bring an impact to the society, to the economy of and what is your budget of your whole research, yeah. So that is how they want to look at it, yeah. So this is a bit simplified, but hopefully later on, if you really want to know deeper about it, then probably we can get you we can explain more in detail.